Hi, I'm André Garrett and I'm the executive chef here at Cliveden House. I chose the Deba-Oriental knife. I've composed my dish around November, so it's a vegetable-based dish with pumpkin. And the knife I've chosen is what I would call a sort of a classical European vegetable preparation knife, like a short little paring knife with a short, very sharp blade. Quite sturdy, so easy to cut through your vegetables, and it's got a lovely feel, lovely handle, and fits really well with the dish. If you cut with a good knife, especially something, vegetables or fish or definitely meat as well, you've got a sharp knife. It cuts the item really clean. With fish, you're going to get that sort of tearing if the knife is blunt, and with vegetable as well, you're not going to get that clean cut. And that then when you cook, the cells could open and rupture, and you could get water inside. I wanted to choose something, obviously, with a knife. It's a vegetable base, it's like a paring knife, so I wanted to go down the vegetable route, and I thought vegetarian dish would be great. The dish is inspired by winter. It's in November on the calendar, so I was looking for something obviously very seasonal. Pumpkin, I love pumpkin, so it's based all around pumpkin, very much so. So we make a puree with the pumpkin, so we bake the pumpkin in the oven and then extract the puree, dry that out. And then make a gnocchi with that. So instead of a potato in the gnocchi, we use a pumpkin, semolina, parmesan, 00 flour. So we make very little small gnocchis which get pan fried. We also, with that puree of the pumpkin, we make a very fine puree, so we make it much more refined, so there's like a slick puree on the plate. We crush some of the pumpkin down and add a lot of butter into it, to bring out all of those flavours. And then the dish is paired with purple sprouting broccoli, which again is very seasonal. And then we make an onion jus with purely Cevennes, a French, very flavoursome onion, and water basically. So we make a very intense stock with that, bring that down, and then that's all blended with some hazelnuts and some pumpkin seeds and dress in the dish. So the dish is very seasonal. It's all around the pumpkin and the seasonal ingredients, and got those lovely winter flavours. The scholarship is phenomenal, and I entered because I wanted to get my profile up within the trade and get my name out there. And I wanted the chance to get into a 3 Michelin star restaurant within Europe, and seeing the past winners and how their careers had progressed and everything about the scholarship. I wanted to be a part of that. I was 29 when I entered, so it was my last year, and I had to win. And I think it's that. I think going into the scholarship, it's you've got to go into it knowing you want to win, and of course there's how you cook and the luck on the day and everything about that. But you've got to be really driven, and it was an amazing day, an amazing year. You've got to have a good classical base. I think every chef, and I would say that to any chef entering now, my advice would be you've got to have that good classical base of cooking, of French style of cooking, of what the Roux brothers stand for, of everything about that. And we can put our modern twists on things, but you're in that arena and they're wanting to see a classical element of something. And you've got to have that experience to fall back on. I think a perfect comfort food for winter I would do is a traditional roast chicken. I love a roast chicken. It always takes me back to when I was young. Proper roast chicken, proper roast dinner. I would do it slightly different, but not different as in the way that the roast chicken is at the end. But I would take my chicken, I would brine it first, which saves all the moisture within the bird, and then afterwards you would wash that off and then roast it, so you would get a much more succulent chicken. Maybe I might take the legs off and bone them out and add a little farce inside, just to add something a little bit different. But it would be the roast chicken, the roast potatoes, the roast vegetables, and I like to crush my swede up and get a lot of pepper in there, so there's some lovely flavours.